All right. Welcome back. This evening's Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra will be a shorter session. I spent the weekend in teacher training, so I'm a little taught out. But luckily, the message from in between just kind of vibes with the whole not too good to break it back down to the simple. The art for our message from in between this week is of Lance on a pool noodle in a star shaped pool and under a structure of some sort. Two walls, sloped roof. From the center of the opening, there is a glowing ball of light hung like a lantern directly in the middle. Beyond the five-sided opening of the structure that is housing the pool, outside it are mountains in the distance, some sort of uh, vegetation, trees, bushes, something in the distance between here and the mountains where there are sort of nebula rising in the background, stars. So gazing at the stars in a star-shaped pool, that one actually has been in the works for a couple of weeks. And I enjoy having those, but I enjoy when they flow a little faster as well. On to the message part of our message from in between for the week. It's titled Back to Basics. Oh, you're an advanced practitioner. Good for you. But when you start to think you're too good to revisit your basic assumptions, you're being willfully blinded by your own ego. Nothing is learn it and be done with it. Like rewatching a film or reading a book again, there's more there to discover. Experience allows us to see with new eyes and notice things you hadn't before and better appreciate what came before. Think of your chakra system. You can interact with your chakras via elements, symbols, colors, stars, signs, movements, and a plethora of complex and beautiful systems. And while it feels great for the egoic mind to say, look at all of the insight and interconnections I see, simple things can unlock bigger experiences. Something as simple as your breath. Oh, but that's not complicated enough, the mind says. Let me add color visualization and lotuses and how about we just breathe? Oddly enough, it's harder than you think, but it can reliably transport you to different states of consciousness and has done so for a long time. This week's 3 card draw is 8 of Arrows, Struggle Reversed, 6, the Forest Lovers, and 3 of Arrows, Jealousy, inviting us to consider only you can best navigate the particular thorny situation you find yourself in until you permit yourself to ask for help. That takes real courage. Mind the voluntary exchange of energies you're engaged in and notice who reciprocates rather than takes. Insecurity takes many different forms. This session of Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra will be touching on themes of breath, assumptions, and altered states. And good golly gosh, I hope that you are relaxing at this point. If not, let's use all that backed up relaxation that we're owed. Let all that relaxation just cascade around into and through us. As we relax, let the breath become smoother and deeper. And settle in for a short, comfortable experience. Remind yourself that you're safe, that it's okay to imagine, and you get out what you put in. So I encourage you to imagine to the fullest extent you are capable of. Let the week slip away if it hasn't already. Hopefully, the day was swept away way before now. Remind ourselves that we are in control of what goes on in the mindscape. So we can speed up time or slow it down, whatever it takes for a successful visualization. And if you can't see what you're visualizing clearly in your mind, that's perfectly okay. The quality of the signal changes due to many, many influences. And the world will come knocking as we try to slip away for a moment. Distractions and noises are going to happen, and that's okay. We can just view them as reminders to tune back into the breath, back into the body, back into the practice. The practice of artful relaxation. Something else to aid us along our journey is a sankalpa, a short phrase of personal resolve, a statement of who and how we want to be, showing up at our grade A best. And saying that sankalpa, that short phrase of personal resolve, to ourselves 3 times now in your head. And set it to the side. We might come back for it later. But already it is causing ripples of effect through the Akash. Letting that go, I'm going to call to mind various parts of your body. And as I do, picture them as clearly as you are capable of, remembering that it is okay if you do not see them clearly. You can imagine looking at them. You can imagine feeling into them. You could imagine the hearing the frequency of them, whatever strikes your fancy as a way to interact. We're going to take our awareness through our body in a few circuits. And that is done simply by said visualization with the intent to spread a good vibe throughout ourselves, our pathways. Spread the good vibe. All right, let's get on that. Take our awareness and vibe to the right hand thumb, right first finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right little finger, palm of hand, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of chest, right side of waist, right hip, right thigh, right knee, shin, ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, right big toe, right second toe, right third toe, right fourth toe, right fifth toe. Pausing here to look back through that circuit, that right circuit of the body, viewing with the mind's eye the distribution of the vibe. Maybe it looks like fun lights spread out at each location along the way. What you're looking for is any difference in the vibrance of the light. Is one a little dimmer than the others? Is one a little too bright? And just spend some time in the right circuit, evening out, smoothing out the vibe. And adjusting time to completing the task. Let's take our awareness and the vibe to our left hand thumb, left first finger, left middle, left middle finger, left ring finger, left little finger, palm of hand, back of hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of chest, left side of waist, left hip, left thigh, left knee, shin, ankle, heel, sole of foot, top of foot, left big toe, left second toe, left third toe, left fourth toe, left fifth toe. Pausing here, looking back across this left circuit. imagining each visualization a station of lights. And as you look back over your work, notice which ones are perhaps dimmer than the rest, which ones might be too bright, and adjust them to have a smooth and even distribution of that vibe throughout the left side. Once again, speeding up or slowing down time to suit your needs in accomplishing the task. The task of checking for an even distribution. Expand that vision to include both sides, the right and the left. Perhaps feeling more harmonious. And it's okay if not. Whatever you're feeling is whatever you're feeling. You are in control. You are safe. And for a moment, we'd rather be right here, right now. And what are we doing? Finding our breath, finding our body, finding our practice, and that was checking the distribution, the differences and similarities between the right circuit and the left. And allow your awareness to settle on your breath. The sensations of the breath. And imagine that all around us, in every direction, is a fine, glowing silver mist. And that Each breath in draws that mist into the body from every pore, every surface of the body, taking in that mist and exhaling it and condensing it, soaking it up like a sponge, allowing each breath to add to a glowing brilliance that starts to shine from within. And if you like, you can count your breaths backwards from 27 to naught, watching each breath draw in more of this mist, this glowing silver mist. Each inhale, bringing it in from every direction, each exhale, soaking up the good stuff. If you'd rather not count, I'll let you know when the right amount of time has passed. If you get lost, if you finish early, just start your count over at 27. Where are you? Where's your practice? Breathing in the silver mist, exhaling and soaking it up. And whether you've finished your count or not, allowing that prana to settle in to the system, filling you up to the just right level, not too much, not too little. Perfect balanced amount. And as we let that settle, let's shift our awareness to the channel inside. That is our spinal column. Imagine that your spine is like a straw sitting in comfy cup. And what we're going to draw up is a variation of your favorite color. So imagine your favorite color, noticing, is it vibrant or a little muted? Is it soft and pastel or is it electric, ultraviolet, glow in the dark? And imagine that there is this ball of liquid forming beneath you. In one of the adjacent planes. And you're in control of the consistency and the color of this liquid. So maybe yours needs bubbles and to be electric green. Maybe yours needs boba and cream colored goodness. In fact, if you can associate a flavor you like with the color, more's the better. Color, flavor. What does your favorite color smell like? Or perhaps, what would you rather it smell like? And to take a sip of this favorite color liquid that exists as a creation solely in your mind and in the adjacent plane. Does it have a sound? Does it remind you of a song? If the sound's too jarring, you can tweak it. And each little bit that is adjusted translates to shifts in the color itself. So your favorite color may evolve as you've added smell and flavor. I would say if it were a texture, what would it be? But we are using the texture of liquid. Forget my English. Mm, We've been giving it a texture already assumed into that liquidity of this favorite color. And we started with the straw, did we not? And like your higher self is taking a sip from the straw at the top of your head, the bottom of your feet, pull in this liquid, and you can feel it pass through a barrier at the bottom of the feet as they open up to receive. As it travels up the legs and then up the spine and into the head and out of the head and above the head, you feel the flow through yourself, this current, this sweeping feeling of your liquid, your favorite color liquid. And imagine what it would feel like if that liquid were to just spray like a fountain, like a volcano. Perhaps the feeling of bursting. Or maybe it should be gentle like rain, flowing out of the crown of the head and raining down all around. And don't worry about running out of this liquid. We are drawing it from an infinite source. So take as much as you like. You can adjust the pressure and the flow, but eventually you're going to start to notice with that liquid coming out of the top, that dripping sort of coating as it moves down around the outside of your body. And this liquid, still fountaining, still flowing, still pulling up from below, is now pouring down, moving down like water in the shower. Or perhaps dripping like a decadent frosting. But feeling that movement going down around the sides of the head, the back of the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the legs, the feet, down to pool and puddle and be reabsorbed into that ball of liquid favorite color energy. And incorporating that ball of energy into the flow. So now you are like a toroidal field, like the figure eight on its side of infinity and made round into a donut shape. You can feel it cast up and out. It happens to the front, it happens to the back, it happens to the right, it happens to the left. It goes out, it goes up and out, down and back in. And it does so at a certain speed. You can adjust that speed. So dial the notch to a scotch more pleasurable, and then surrender yourself to the sensations offered up to you from your subconscious mind as you rest in Chittakash, which is Sanskrit for the mind space. Letting the thoughts come, letting the thoughts go, It is not your job to stop them, change them, judge them, worry with them. They're just thoughts. They come, they go. You are established as the watcher. Where are you? Where's your practice? Gently letting this go. Call to mind once again your sankalpa, your short phrase of personal resolve. And go ahead and say your sankalpa to yourself now, 3 times with firm resolve, feeling your words echo out in all directions. And let it go. And feel good that a part of yourself is out there working to help you out, to bring you what you want and need. Even if it's imaginary, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Letting all that go, find your breath. In particular, find the sensation at your nostrils of cooler air coming in and warmer air going out. Cooler air in, warmer air out. Cool air in, warm air out. And following that sensation back to the body. Now, those that are continuing their journeys off into dreamland, blessings on your slumber and your way. Feel good, feel well, be happy to you, and may you wake up feeling refreshed and reinvigorated, or whatever is best for you. For those of us that need to come all the way back out of this state, we are going to continue that feeling of the breath coming back into the body, back into the body, all the way back into the physical body, in the right here and the right now. Allowing life to return to the limbs as you wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the face, rock the neck. And if lying on your back, rolling over onto your right side, to be kind to your heart as you find your way back to a seated position. Hari Om Tat Sat, my friends. And this has been Psychic Sleep Yoga Nidra for the 8th of September, 2024. Thank you for whenever and however you participate with this. And like I said to the slumberers, feel good, feel well, be happy.